to understand how his gifts work have led him to participating in scientific studies about the afterlife and mediumship. As a master educator in spiritual development, Jamie shares his wisdom through his podcast, Psychic Evolution, the podcast where you discover the psychic potential within and learn how to empower yourself and manifest your psychic and mediumship abilities. Jamie Clark is also an author of the children's book series, The Adventure of Rocco and Tuki, The Kids from Mars, Book 1 and 2, as well as the Psychic Evolution Training Cards, and the Jamie Isms, Philosophies and Isms of a Psychic Medium. Now, let's talk about Maggie Clark. Maggie Clark is the co-host of the Psychic Evolution podcast and a prolific spiritual coach and accomplished healer. Maggie is committed to helping people find a way to blend their spiritual life with their everyday life for empowerment, healing, and growth. The author of 365 Days of Tarot, Inspirational Tarot for your daily life. Maggie is a gifted tarot reader and astrologer. Maggie also has a healing arts practice in energy healing modalities. Together, these two team up to show you that your psychic senses are so natural, they are supernatural. Okay, now put your hands together. Let's bring them on. Oh, baby.
Oh, man. Great intro. I love that. Thank you. Hey, it's the old adage that what is the sound of one hand clapping? And I always thought it was silence. And she one day was like, well, Jamie, why don't you put your hand up and then bend your fingers halfway and then begin to tap it? That's one hand clapping. I'm like, that's brilliant. So just for me, he takes a lot of these ancient perspectives and different things, but for me, it makes more sense. It's a little more updated, and he's very patient. So I appreciate a lot of the insight that I gain now about a lot of the information that's always been there.
Well,
and he's got a great attitude.
What we got to do is we got to start one of those Facebook things, one of those challenges. Like, have everybody that watches the video try this.
Very good. Very good. And you know what? She's like, do an Instagram reel with that one. Like, got it. All right.
I mean, it was like, all right, I'll give you one. How many people can whistle without going like this? Like blowing through?
That's me.
Yeah. I mean, I did that. Where I go in the morning and everybody was like, what are you talking about whistle? I said, go ahead, try it. I go, okay. So they're all going. I mean, there was spit all over the place. It was like, I mean, it was. I mean, one guy was eating the scrambled eggs, and then they just flew right out of the table. I'm telling you.
Good morning.
I told you I'm crazy. But the thing was, you think about the things that you can do and the things that you can't do. Those people will probably go back and try to do what I did 1 billion times because they say, why can't I do that? That's life. Don't anybody get it? We are born to do the same thing I did when I whistled. Most people go or like that, blow through their thing, and the rest of them go. What is the path of your life? Is it that way or this way?
I feel like that's a big thing. And the breath of life, I always say that we live our entire life in one breath. For when we come in, We breathe in, and when we go out, we breathe out. The trick is to just breathe. But life experience, can be a little bit chaotic and challenging sometimes, hopefully as well as beautiful and fun. But it's not always easy to remain calm because a lot of the restriction of circumstances can get you to be really restricted and challenged in different ways with life experience. So I just feel like you being able to playfully share that kind of information makes it fun. Doesn't like, oh, you're crazy. It's like, hey, you're funny crazy. That's good. Because I've heard that stuff 1,000 times, but click, that's the first time I kind of see it that way. And you're very practical. So I always appreciate the fact that when you're talking spiritually, it's like, no, you're sharing that, but also you have the practicality so that they're going, okay, good. That makes sense. I've understood that. Or,
Well, all right, both of you guys. When you're my age or older, and you're getting, I mean, serious, when you get up to about like 50, 55 years old, and that you're still counting up. But when you go past 70, now you're counting down. I mean, it's like, I'm serious. I mean, people don't get it through their head. I'm a very logical guy, but here's the thing: when you're thinking about these things, what do you think you could have, should have, would have, done in your life? What you could have done in your life? Where you could be? Who could you be with? I mean, I'm serious. No, no, I know, I see, Mag. You're looking over there. I know. But the thing is this, so many things that every single person misses because they, for instance, which you're going to speak about the meditation part and everything else, we don't concentrate on what's important to us. We think about everything else instead of thinking about what you yourself could share with other people and give part of yourself to someone else. Now, you did, obviously, but I mean, you do in what you do. You give to people every day. You open your mouth and you say to somebody, hey, I got this. You're giving yourself to somebody. But you'd be surprised. We're a very, very, very fractional part of the world. There isn't a lot of people that honestly, 100% honestly, pure energy give something to someone.
yeah, and to yourself.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm no longer a hypocrite. As much
Right.
as I'm in service to others, right? I keep myself included because I'll always help. But yeah, for so many years, I'm like, oh, I can always help others but myself. I'm all right. And
Mhm.
so I kept helping everyone else but me. And I'm like, after a while, frick that. I'm a hypocrite. If I'm helping others, I'd better be willing to help myself and to get insights, to get information and validations. A lot of time I receive psychic information for myself, So it doesn't, for me, it doesn't have to just be one way. It's as much as I can help others, I make sure I keep myself included. Start the day off with me, and then I give to everyone else effortlessly in a very empowering way. But also you bring up a very interesting dynamic, and that is I think all of us have life experience that maybe we never chose something in the past, and I wonder what would have happened or if I could have. And then we sit there and just carry that load. And my thing is well, here's the thing. If you've got anything like that, what I would love for you to do as part of this visual aspect and begin it to meditation, I want you to take yourself, sit down, relax, and take yourself back to that particular experience of choice. And know the experience of choice that you made, the one. If you want it to be a different one, make that different choice now for that past experience and let it play. Just let the imagination happen. Get the day-to-day people that you're connecting with, all of those real tactile senses that for me, it became a really good thing. Because one, as I shared with the police officer, I wanted to do that my whole life until it was time. And then she was like, nope, you may not want to do that, because I would have been dead the first week, literally. So it's that also that's a soul calling, man. I always want to help others, and I want to help others who can't help themselves as well. But it became beautiful when I sat down and I took time. I took time to sit in that reality and vibe with it, to feel not only how it feels to help others, but the empowerment of self-realization to go, God, this is beautiful, because it's no longer a lingering, oh, I wonder what that would have been. I'm like, frick that. I know what it feels like, because our entire existence is nothing but a memory. What we choose to keep remembering, because it's going to keep playing. And so it's those new patterns that, a lot of times in the childhood where we didn't have clarity, we didn't have that. I'm like, okay, well, good. Do you have some now? Yeah. Well, how about take this now and go to the garden or wherever you would like and sit down and talk to a younger you. Give the insight, the love, the communication, the passion, the compassion, and just share. I will share with you one, because I'm doing this, I've been doing this for a while, going back to younger me's. And it's bringing up the point that when I was younger, I didn't know who I was or what I was doing. But because of the financial aspect and not having money and all that, they would say, oh, right, whatever. And I'm like, I thought to myself, you have no idea who I might be. I didn't know who the frick I was, but it was a soul calling. And now putting that together to go, oh, wait a minute, the past, present, and future, that future me, meaning now, went back to the younger me and gave that insight. And now I've grown into that as to who I am now, going, that click makes more sense as to some of the perspectives I had younger that were different. Going, great, I could have been a lot more frustrated, but after many years of doing that, took my power back and then began to live life, not just exist or survive. And it's about us giving ourselves life in any way, permission to live, not just exist or survive.
That's what you call coexisting.
Yeah, huh? As many worlds as there are perceivers. Nobody
That's
sees
right.
it the same. Right.
Bingo.
Well, and that's the...
We were just talking about that the other day. In fact, your name came up in that because, I mean, we talk about this a lot. And it's, some of the isms I kind of sort of, got down pretty. So,
Awesome.
so what we were talking when we were talking about it and everything, and then I said we were talking about the now and whatever. We've talked about that before on many, many shows. By the way, if anybody is out there, we've got people or a person so far, and that's waiting. Just be patient. We'll get to you, but you can hear everything that's going on, so just hang in there.
Cool.
The thing that we're doing, the thing that I was talking about was with all those nows and the futures and everything else that we have talked about on other shows, and I was inviting people to listen to those shows because every single one of the shows that I've done with you that we did talk about that, we've expanded what we were talking about. I went through all the shows the other day, and that it was pouring out here because of that storm and everything. Everything was crazy. So I figured, let me just sit down and go through a couple of sticks. So I get to like 26, 27, 28, 29. And I'm like, this is pretty good. And I'm too bad we can't make like an encyclopedia of this stuff. Things you should do, would do, could do.
Why can't you?
I'm sick. There's got to be some way that we can stick this all in the file.
There's the potential.
Yeah, we'll have to try something like that because there were some of them were a couple of them. You and I had tears in our eyes. We were laughing so hard. Yeah. But when you're talking about something, go ahead. You were going to say something. Go.
No, it's just that's a big thing for me is having fun. It's not that I don't care, but it's the energy that I put vibing with this stuff. Because for me, I found that, if I started getting serious with this psychic stuff and all that, things got serious. And I found that it doesn't have to be like that. For me, it's entertaining and informative. And when they can see that we're just a regular person, everyone's a psychic medium. If you got a soul, you're a psychic medium. It's, do you want to use it and what level do you want to take it to? And when they can feel comfortable and listen to what you're saying and you're talking with them, not just to them, now it's the conversation of the soul. Now it's that connection to go, no, I have an idea of who you are, Bob. But in this case, with all those shows, hey, that was good. That was a funny, because Mag and I will put something together in this way, and there might be some technology that could help take shows and put it into print form.
I saw.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Well, all you have to do is go on YouTube and just put in Pyramid One Radio, and you'll go to the page and everything. You hit videos, and all the videos are there. Or you go on Mixcloud and you put in Pyramid One Network or Pyramid One Radio, and you'll see 1,600 shows.
So I was listening, going, you went through all of those? Holy!
But when you get in there in the search box, you just put in Jamie Clark, and you come out with all of your audio shows.
Awesome.
And I'm serious. I mean, it's over 60.
Nice
when I saw the numbers, I was like, huh.
You're just doing it, though. That's the beauty. You're just being you. But look at the library that you're creating when people can see different shows, different people, different ways of presenting the information to go, hey, no one's going to get it the same way. When you have variety, sometimes others speak to you more effectively. And that's kind of what I feel like is happening is, with the internet, it's all interconnected. All of these are being able to be stored in the ethers. Our ability is to tap into it and let it play.
Mm-hmm. There is one person on here, and
Let's bring him on.
Maggie's sitting there now. She's going, come on, I want to work. I mean, I'm serious.
She's ready.
I'm serious. I mean, seriously, if I was like 100 years younger, I'd date you.
Why do you think I married her? Hey, we fell for each other. And that's the ability. We didn't even have to fall. We flew. That's the beauty of it.
Oh, baby. I know exactly what you're talking about. Hang on, let me see. All right, who's on area code 480?
Hello, Bob.
Hey, what's up? Who's on the line?
Is that JK?
Hey, it's JK. I'm still alive.
Hey, JK.
That's good to hear.
We got, a long time we haven't heard you on the line.
Well,
so what's been going on?
Books.
You've been writing books? What kind of book?
Yeah, so far I've written 4 this year, and I'm getting ready to publish my 5th one.
Wow!
Awesome! Congratulations. What are the subjects?
JK,
Well,
here's Jamie.
The 3 of the books that I've written is based on my transformational journeys with Kelly J. Wright.
Cool.
And so the 3rd spirit-led book is going to be published this month in September.
Excellent. Nice work. As you're saying that, you're going to be channeling more information.
Oh, believe me, I'm channeling more than I want.
Cool. Because, funny but true, these...
Literally, just the spirit made me write the 3rd book.
Isn't that cool? Look at the empowerment of clarity. You're like, hey, all right, freaking A, do it. And so now you've got that effortless comfort.
Well, the purpose of it is I had to find out the one controlling attribute that had my life under its spell. And as I wrote the book, I come to find out that the bullying I experienced in high school completely destroyed my life, basically, for all these years.
What happened once you realized that? What did you do?
Until I did those transformation journeys in 2019, I changed. And those things don't affect me, but still finding out that really shocked me, because now I understand why my life is such in chaos.
Well, I tell you what. You know what? Before Jamie says anything, and that, because Jamie is definitely gonna, he's definitely gonna tell you things. Oh yeah, I can feel the heat from here. I want to tell everybody where to get the book. Where do you get these?
All my books are on Amazon.com.
Okay, and if you were going to go to Amazon, what would you put in to find the book?
J.K. Milliken.
Okay. Everybody got that? Say it one more time.
J.K. Milliken. Miliken. 1 L.
Beautiful. Yeah, so you just go into Amazon and you just search it that way, and you go find the books, and you definitely buy them all.
Well, the other thing is I've been on Kelly's podcast a couple of times too, based on my books.
There you go.
So me and her is really closely connected now.
Excellent. Cool. It's nice when you can bring other people.
Well, I'm actually trying to write a book with her, but she's so busy like you, Jamie.
Very thankful, very honored. The good thing is you're not waiting. You're still creating. And here's just a little bit more. And you're already aware of channeling. However, even though I know you're very much aware, don't be surprised if you start tuning into other levels of consciousness. Information's always there, but you're going to start to go interdimensional. And some of those dimensions hold different beings, different frequencies, different vibrations. So I'll just say that, yeah, it's all the universe, so it's always speaking to us. However, it's individualized, never individual of the universe, but it will be more soulfulness, like JC or, some angel or that kind of thing. And you only sound crazy till it's validated. To go, really? Watch.
Yeah, well, basically, I know you're talking about 5D ascension, so.
And beyond, yep.
That's what I'm working on heading there.
Cool. And I think that brings up an interesting dynamic is, oh yeah, the fifth dimension. You said that years ago. They'd be like, are you crazy? Now we're getting that science and spirituality are one. It's now spiritual physics, unification, not separation. And it's cool when you're able to be a conduit, messenger in your own way of self-realization. Go, look, that's something you've been sitting with for a lot of years. And it took you, I don't know, this time in your life where you were ready for that and could make a major shift and communicate about it. So that's pretty powerful. Congratulations for being able to do that and even realize that was happening. A lot of us may not even realize that.
I can hear the voice of the spirit tells me, well, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that, and I listen this time. So I learned my lesson when I didn't listen.
Well, and that's a big thing is they could talk all you want, but what's the outcome of that communication? Good thing is you're putting it to the test. Go, what? Nope. When they say something, there's usually a validation there because then you put it to the test. For myself, I'm like, I need to know there's accuracy, not throwing cheesies out there.
Yeah, believe me, I tested the spirit, and that was the wrong thing to do.
Can I ask why? Was it a wrong thing, and how did you test it?
Well, let me explain to you. The spirit has always told me, you have to live in Red Rock. You got to buy a house in Red Rock. Okay, now I finally have a house in Red Rock. But like a fool, I moved to Tennessee. And the first week I was there, I got bit by a brown recluse spider. And to me, that was a warning shot. So I came back.
And did things seem to change?
Where the spirit told me to be in the first place.
So
they told me that I had to buy like a 3 or 4 bedroom. They specified stuff.
Now that's interesting. Did you ask why for those dimensions of it?
No, well, it has something to do with what's going to happen in the future. So whatever that is.
Yeah. That's powerful. Any indications, any feelings on what you perceive this future to be like, especially with 3 to 4 rooms rather than just one?
Well, they're withholding one piece of vital evidence. When, how, why, that kind of stuff. They will tell me at the last minute.
Go ahead.
I can totally relate to that because once in a while I get these messages from spirit and they just take forever to manifest. And then you're like, oh, that's why I couldn't know, because I would have made other choices.
Right. I need to tell Bob something. Are you listening, Bob?
I'm always listening.
Okay. You never count down, Bob. You always count forward until you reach the next level of your ascension, which is being a spirit out of your body.
It's one of those been there, done that kind of thing. It's like, hey.
Yeah, that's what the spirit told me to tell you. I'm just telling you.
I believe them. I really, really do. But, it's like, who knows? I'm the same way in a way.
Yeah, you're not counting, but I mean, you're going to go to a new level of existentialism and of existence. So you never count backwards. You're always counting forward because we are forever. So there you go.
Oh, well, we know that's I'm into the ever part. Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Hey, JK, wow, wait a minute. It sounds like you're doing mediumship because you getting a voice from a distant body. There's not a physical body, right? Isn't that mediumship? Talking to right. Everything's spiritual.
I hear their words sometimes.
Right. Thank you. That's the point. Everyone has the potential. Do they want to use it? And, because a lot of us have that mind communication, our own self, and we don't know what's what, but being able to get, when you feel the communication is there, whatever information is said, and then how it plays out. With this, JK, did finding yourself within life again, did that give you a clearer, stronger connection with your guides, with life, with loved ones? What were the changes?
Well, not necessarily with the loved ones. They're kind of being standoffish, but the rest of it, yeah, it's true. But I have ascended more than I have in the past. I mean, Spirit has always talked to me about stuff, but I'm just like a fool. I never listened. And so I'm still, and after my transformational journeys, I started listening to the Spirit because they guided me through those journeys.
Don't you find that powerful that the universe never judged you, even though you're like, what? Huh? It still keeps communicating. Exactly. To me, the universe is always communicating.
We just have to listen. That's the whole key. Listen.
Ding, 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 ding. That ties it, for me, that ties into the meditation. I always say, prayer is talking, meditation is listening. It's just quieting the mind to receive information. And it sounds like with those, did you do meditations to help you quiet the mind as well along the way? And if you did that seem to clear up your channel?
Meditated so ever.
Mm-hmm.
But in a sense, I'm in the spirit realm where I live because that's where they want me to be. So I don't meditate because they tell me exactly what I need to do. And it sounds kind of strange. I get it, but that's exactly. Yeah. I'm in my own space, my own bubble here. So in a way, it's a form of meditation.
So it sounds like you're saying that you don't even have to meditate to make connections. Wow, that's interesting. Right.
They will tell me.
The point is,
Spirit sat right next to me the other night, and it wasn't a nice spirit. It was a demon, I think. So I told it to leave. There's my arm stood straight up, and I said, "Oh no, you're out of here! Get out of here! You're a demon."
So, do you have an open door policy, or do you have any parameters set to where you're always safe? Because for me, I'd be like, "Frick that."
Well, I'm mostly safe. Now, like you're always safe because you got those parameters. I don't have the same type of parameters, but when they do come into my presence, I just tell them in the name of Jesus Christ, get out, and they leave for however long they've gone for.
What does that mean?
Spirits in the room, so it's hard to tell.
Okay. Are you able to work with certain patterns and then make sure that if that's a soul print coming through that's not good, that it can automatically be blocked? Or do you just keep it open and deal with them as they come to you consistently?
No, I just deal with them as they come through.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm lazy, man. I'm like, I don't have to worry about it.
Well,
I appreciate your discipline.
They don't bother me too much, but they're always around me. I know they're around me, and most times they don't bother me. But sometimes they keep trying. What they're trying to do, convert me to be on the dark side. But I'm not doing that, so they know that.
That's powerful. And if you're able to make those connections and feel those soul prints around you consistently, you're on in a big way. So nice work on being able to, in your own way, even though you don't meditate in any way, if you're driving, kind of a meditative state there. But within that, being able to be in the day-to-day living, but of the mindset of listening as well to those communications of life. Have you been talking with people since you've been finding yourself more? And have you received maybe some spiritual insight to share with other people in like a psychic or a mediumship way?
Well, yes, I have. In fact, there's one guy that I always see at McDonald's, and Spirit says, go to the doctor, go get your left lung checked. And guess what? He just had some bad congestion, but he didn't have anything serious. But still, I saw it. So, yes, I do have some mediumship abilities, but it's something I'm not really going to pursue.
Perfect. But the great thing is you can not have to use it. That's the point. Everyone's got it. You're proving it in your own way to go, right? You don't even meditate. You're just doing your day-to-day ding, 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 ding. And yet you still make clear enough communications that you know when it's your own mind chatter and when it's someone else, because that's a big dynamic.
I'm not a master of it, but I'm pretty good at it.
Excellent. Good. Keep going.
Yeah.
And congratulations again on the books. That's beautiful.
Well, the thing now is that I live in light, love, and positivity, and I don't accept anything that's negative into my life. So that's the whole key to happiness right there.
Can I ask, I'm just curious as to, you have the beautiful intent, you have the love and light, but yet you still let oddball energies around. Pardon my ignorance, but can I ask why?
They're always around me, even the bad ones. They're just hanging about.
Okay, I was just curious.
Good. Yeah, I have them all. They're all around me, believe me.
Oh yeah, I
like
yeah.
that. It's like my aura pick. Remember my aura pick I showed you?
Yeah. And did you get another one done?
And stuff. Well, that's all the spirits that hang around me. That's basically what that is.
Hey, if you would, can you send a pic of that to Bob?
Yeah, there's no way I can scan it or send it. It's a photograph, so.
Okay, does your phone have a camera or no?
No, I got a flip phone.
Oh, wow, that's old school. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm an old school.
No, we got JK, we got one of those in the house here, and that she will not go to a smartphone.
Well, you know those things are not safe for your brain, right?
Well, yeah, but that's for those people that walk around all day long and look at them. If mine goes boing,
doing that, you're fine.
Maybe twice a day, 3 days, 2 times a day, I'll look at the phone and go, oh, okay, or pick up milk at the store, or something like that. So.
Yeah. The very technology, it's beautiful. But remember back in the day, our computer was microfiche at the library, looking at the strips.
Oh, I remember
now it's like.
How about when somebody wanted you, they got you on a beeper?
Yep.
And then you pull
I never had a beeper. I hate those things.
Then you pull over. No, when I used to work in the city and things, then I had a beeper all the time, and then I'd be stuck on the West Side Highway somewhere. And the beeper would go off and say, call me. In other words, call me immediately. Yeah. The middle of the West Side Highway in bumper to bumper traffic. Where you going to call? You're going to stand on top of the car and then go, I'm here. I can see it now. And now, even if you had a beeper that you pull over, there is no phone. I mean, what do you do? Sticks, smoke, rags, whatever.
Get creative, man. It's funny, but that helps us out with the GPS. I was like, hey, I got enough guts. I'll say, I don't know where the frick I'm at. Can you help me? A lot of people wouldn't.
Really. And these people that the worst ones are the people who sit at red lights doing their texting on their thing. And you've already gone through 1 green on a green light, 2 green lights, 3 green lights. And you're going, come on.
Right. Wow. That's patience.
This is Florida, so most of the people that are down here, at least in the areas that are around here, are seniors, and seniors in smartphones are a lot slower than a 15-year-old on a smartphone. First of all, they don't know where to push. They don't know what an app is. They go, oh, that little round thing? Yeah, that's an app. Okay, and they'll drive a car. And that they usually get these big Cadillacs or something like that. That's the lady's like 4 foot tall, and she's got a Cadillac Denali with the SUV deal. They have to need a ladder to get up into the truck. One of those things. And they'll be driving these things around, and they'll just sit in the green light and just but take in his son or I'm serious. I'm not kidding you. I mean, it's that bad. Or there's someone that's completely deranged and they got one of those golf carts. They're all over down here. But sometimes you get one that's like they want to get from one place to the other a little quicker. So they drive the golf cart down the highway. They only go like 5-10 miles an hour.
Wow.
Serious. I'm serious. I mean, then that happens down here. And the cops are the best that you ever saw. They pull them over, and they get them on the side of the road, and they stick their finger like that thing there, and then they go get in the car, and then they send somebody back for the go kart. They take whoever it was back to wherever they were going. So funny. I'm serious. I mean, nobody's gonna shovel me off the ground. Forget about it. I take out the motorcycle. You sort of I sort of motorcycles. I mean, this thing I look like well, one of those crazy movies or something like that. With the I need the hat and the thing and the cigar, and I'd be fine.
Yeah, Sun City Permanente.
Well, sort of, yeah.
And so, Bob, bringing up a question of, with as many people and radio shows as you had and people that you've talked to, have you started to vibe with more of your psychic mediumship abilities? Have you started to pick up a little bit clearer in some ways, more information?
I'm more or less like JK, but I do meditate as much as I can.
Well, Bob's more of an intuitive.
Yeah, that's right. I'm more the intuitive than anything else. I mean, I can turn around to somebody and say, don't go that way, go this way. Only because of my mind, and that something tells me that if they say they're going that way, nope, that's not the right way. Or somebody doesn't feel good. And there is a fine line between telling somebody to go to a doctor and telling a person to go home and rest or take aspirin. There's all those little things in between. And I can kind of sort of feel what they do when they tell me what they feel. And it's quick. It's seconds. You get like 1, 2, 3. I mean, JK, you must go through the same thing. When you get a message, it's seconds. It's not a long thing.
Well, sometimes, there's one lady that she has a radio show. Her name's Christine something. I don't know. But I told her, don't buy a car until October, because that's what the spirit is telling me to tell you. Don't buy. Now she's trying to buy a Subaru in September. I said October. So I don't know if she's going to listen or not.
Is she going to give you feedback?
Well, she said, oh, that's a good point. October.
Yeah, and now
like
as you...
I guarantee it's going to be a bad deal for her.
But, you're kind of pointing out the fact to go, as a psychic, we're only a road sign of potential. Hey, here's most likely what you got coming up. Do you want to listen or not? Love you. And as you can see, not everyone's going to listen. Kind of like you, the universe has been talking, but you're like, and so it's kind of nice when you can go through that firsthand experience, not just secondhand, but being able to pull from that in your own self-realization, your self-healing, and then kind of finding yourself within life, and then maybe activating even more effectively your psychic potential because you have enough of your life experience to where you understand it, to where it's not doing so much of this as the past. It's beep, it's but an experience. You view anything like that?
Well, pretty much that's the way I roll now. So what can I tell you?
All right, that's great.
So what else, Jake? You were asking me another question too.
Who, JK or me?
You.
Yeah, with that, because to me, psychic and mediumship are the same thing. The only difference is psychic is in the physical body, mediumship is out of the physical body, both soul prints of consciousness.
It's funny that you should say something like that, because the other day, well, now I'm sounding my age. God damn, the other day.
Back in my time.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
When I was counting backwards.
Yeah, I like that. Count backwards.
Count backwards.
You'd be around a long time.
Go try and do it. Dang it. But anyway, yeah, I felt my mother and my father the other day. Scared the hell out of me. I mean, I was just like, I was outside, and all of a sudden I could like they were standing there, And
so
I was
palpable it is.
Yeah, but I mean, it was like I said, you get these things in like seconds, but you definitely that was the weird part about the whole thing. I knew who they were.
Give you a little comfort instead of some stranger.
No, I was counting down the other side. Remember?
Now, with that and feeling them around strong, did that help give you some healing? Did it let you know you're connected?
I don't know about the connected part. It did give me, the knowledge and everything else that they still think of me because I still think of them. I mean, I do it all the time. I mean, you must do the same thing. I mean, we all think of our parents all the time, no matter who they were, no matter what they were. We think of our parents all the time, and sometimes a thought is so strong that it's like you put down the welcome mat to the energy. It's like, come on in. And I must have been in that particular brain, fog at that time. That it was automatic, like, y'all come in now here. And they
Yeah,
just,
huh?
and I'm serious. I was just standing out there. I was just going to wash the car, as a matter of fact.
Isn't that interesting? Kind of symbolic of literally cleaning your vehicle.
Yeah.
Literally cleaning your vehicle of
Yeah,
consciousness.
she might have wanted me to wash the floor or something. I don't know.
But for me, having those kinds of connections where it is so palpable, it's not I think, it's I know it's them. That is huge because it's just a different dimension. They just unify. They start to blend dimensions so that they're in it and of it and not of it, and they're in their own dimension, so they begin to expand. But I've seen that where there are times where multiple energies come through, like a person passes, and right at that time of an accident, the person goes to see a number of people right at the time that that person passed. And so it became an expansion. It wasn't just one person going to one person. It was this soul print was going to a variety of other people, all with a unique soul print of who he is. In this case, it was a he.
Wow.
Well, yeah. So, it's that kind of stuff that you see a lot, and I vibe with it because I always have so many questions about it. But you have so much insight with so many different people and so many different perspectives. I've always appreciated that, a lot of people can pick and choose. Doesn't have to be all or nothing. It's like, man, what's your flavor? It's a buffet. A little here, a little there. What works for you?
And what's funny too, Ned? How many people that are unbelievers? They don't believe in psychic anything, or they don't believe in consciousness, so they don't believe in energy. Energy? What's energy? When you die, you're gone.
But the beautiful thing is, science is validating a lot of this stuff.
Well, you're involved in that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I love that. But it's putting the practicality when we can scientifically calibrate and systematize and categorize and all that kind of stuff, a little bit more validity. Good. Perfect. Let's keep moving along. Because now you get into the multidimensionality, fifth dimension, right side. We have found the fifth dimension. It's always been here, and you can access it in anywhere. It's not just one location. It's a doorway of consciousness, and you can literally vibe into another reality. And the fifth dimension, I'm willing to bet it's going to be just as solid as this dimension. And oh yeah, nothing is solid. It's all consciousness, energy, light, frequencies, and vibrations.
Yeah, tell them to go watch The Matrix.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, I'm like, good. If you don't believe in that, perfect. Does that work for you? Great. I don't have to prove anything. I'll just do me, do the best I can, and help others to help themselves. And if they don't, good.
You were going to, in the beginning of the show, Annette, embellish on something that you wanted to talk about. And we derailed.
Apparently. All right, a slight refresh.
I mean, everybody out there. I mean, I get emails that once in a while now. I love to hear your shows, Net, because they're fun. They're great to live. I mean, we're just normal humans talking about something that's not well. Look.
Hi, this is Saint Maggie. Here's her positioning.
Well, we're talking about things that the people have already. This isn't something you got to go out to Best Buy or something and go buy. Or learn or sit down and meditate till your feet fall, till your knees get crumped up from crossing your legs. I mean, this is something that we all have. We were born with it, and we'll die with it. And when we die with it, we'll finally go, "Oh shit, I had that all the time. Damn it."
Crazy, but that's the exact thing. Saying death, right? Well, if you're dying, you're rebirthing, because once you passed over there to get into here, isn't that dying? All you did was transfer dimensions. That same soul print, the eternal one, is having different life experiences, different time frames.
I never got to the part where you're given a choice, but I did talk to somebody. I had somebody on the show that he died seven times. Maybe it's about 7 times.
Wow.
He was zapped by a telephone. Oh man, I tell you.
You should have been playing the lottery.
Yeah, but now he talks to veterans in veteran hospitals that are near death. This is what he does,
Beautiful.
and he goes around and he
Beautiful.
talks to all these people, and him and I were talking on a show. It's in the library somewhere, and we were talking about it. And as he said, where he was or when he went, we kind of sort of almost saw the same thing on the other side. But
Which was?
I was only in the front end. The green, the air, the unbelievable feeling that you have, the light feeling, all the cares and everything else are off your mind. You're not thinking about anything else at that point but yourself, who you left,
Being.
and who you're going to see, all at the same time. I never thought that was ever possible. It
Yeah. Huh.
all at once. But
Yep.
you also meet someone who is your guide, your spiritual guide. Your spiritual guide then takes you through, like, this is your life, kind of deal. And you're actually given a chance to either want to, go somewhere else, stay where you are, until such time you want to move, or move, or go back, into a body. You have all these choices in front of you. I never got that far because my father met me right at the door,
What happened?
right in the light, where he sent me home.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, he
Any,
said,
any words, any feelings,
huh?
any words, any feelings during that? Or was it just a push energy where you
No,
knew
he
you couldn't go?
told me the children needed me. I had two
Wow.
kids.
That's powerful.
Yeah, I mean, and now I have one, so I'm waiting for my son to appear.
Your son's on the other side, like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Hang in there, because he does make me feel like he will pay you a visit. As you know, the difference between a dream and a visit is the clarity. Dream, don't really remember. That's a dream, not a lot of clarity. A visit will be ingrained in your soul. And he looked like, and we were talking about, because as we're tapping into this, you're on that channel now. All they have to do is they're tuned into it. You sleep state on average, you're open and receptive to tune into many so they can connect with it easier. So the difference is the clarity. It'll just be ingrained in your soul. Because your son, he's got an interesting energy. I like him. Not everyone got him, but I feel like he's a good guy. And in that, there's a lot of kind of appreciation and respect for you. And I feel like, because I don't know your son, but I feel like he's not going to say it unless it's there. So to me, I feel like that's whatever that needs to mean for you, but for him to acknowledge it, it needs to know that it comes from him as he looks at you. So even though I'm sure you guys were very close, knowing how much he loves and respects you.
We were close mentally,
Right?
more than bodily, because I mean I was when he was a little kid, I was playing all over the world. I was
Right.
playing and singing all over the world. So I mean, I would fly home, whenever I could, and I was there with him, and or gone for a couple of weeks or whatever, and then come back, one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
But every single time there was a little bit of quality time when we got back, and then he got older. Of course, there was a split up in marriages and everything else, and that took everything away. No, that was, I mean, it was absolutely crazy, and he knew that I was fighting, for the kids. But I mean, and then when he did pass away, as I said, that the morning that I got the call that he passed away, I I just got this thing, I'm gone, and I was like, I knew it at that point, what was going on, and as I say to everybody, whether you're mad at me or not, I did not go to the funeral. Did not. I could feel it. Did not want me because they knew that, or he knew what would happen if I went.
And there are no goodbyes.
They would, exactly. Well, no, the goodbye. You told me once before, and I also got the message that what's this? He said he was sorry. This is a long time ago when we first talked, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when it happened. So, I mean, you know, it was one of these things that where he knows that if I was close enough and he was in solid form, and I would grab him right by the neck and say, "What?"
Now it's like, that's your dad.
Yep.
Did that like, right. Like, oh, okay, got it.
He
Good.
knew it. He knew it. Definitely. Absolutely. And, you know, people don't realize that we all have that, just like JK and I, we're not professionals at what we do and what we do this way, but we just get a message. And you know it. It's not something that somebody like whispers it. Although, JK, I think you get them a little talking.
Yes.
Yeah. See, he gets a little bit of talking, and I get it. I just know it. I mean, it's like there. I mean, if you
It's
told me
claircognizance.
yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's just there. It's just like somebody goes, bing, you know, it's like it's in your head.
Right.
Yeah.
And look at the energy read. I'm sorry. Go ahead, JK.
What'd you say, JK?
I get both of those. Sometimes I hear the words. Sometimes it goes ding, like you described.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you didn't hear the words, but you know exactly what they say. It's
Right.
strange,
Yeah.
but true. And I mean that happens more than actually hearing a word. Yes, Maggie, you were going to say?
No, I'm just listening. It's one of the things that, is always worth exploring is when you want to build and work with your senses. If you're strong in one suit, we always will lean on our strengths. But you can also build into, the weaker areas. Like if you're not clairaudient, but you want to be willing to hear, you can work with those types of, clairs very consciously. Like we were going to talk about meditation today. Of course, we got derailed, which is awesome.
In a good way.
But that's one of the things that you can do in meditation is take one of your clairs, whether it's clairvoyant, clairaudient, claircognizant, and like work with just that one specific gift and see how you can develop it and where it starts and then where you can take it in a month or 6 months or however long you want to work with it. It could be a very focused reality of learning and growing as well.
Well,
Cool.
there you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
And
true. True.
well, and it's that literally the psychic evolution. It's everyone's got it. Is what do you want to grow into? How much would you like to evolve from this? And then realizing that, as much as we can easily help others, we can certainly help ourselves. And being able to make that connection. And I just love the fact that you guys, well, you do, Bob, but JK doesn't do meditations, nothing. He's just doing him. Do, 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 do. Yet he's very tuned in and making conscious, real time communications and conversations, not only with people physically there, but metaphysically. That's that multidimensionality that's not always easy to balance unless you have an awareness of it. So nice.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question now for Maggie. Do you do third-party readings?
What do you mean by third party?
Okay, I wanted to see if you could tune in on Diane for a reading.
Sure. Do you have like a target or just in general?
General.
Okay.
Can you share, Mag, how you're doing this?
Yeah. So I'm just going to shuffle these cards right now. Usually with a third party reading, because you're the one requesting it, I do go through your energy to get to her, because it's not like she's like, I want it. No, Bob wants it. Bob wants it right now. And so unless I know she necessarily wants it. So I'm just going to tap into your higher self. If your higher self has permission to connect with her higher self, which is probably a yes, then they can both come and shuffle these cards with me and my higher self. It's kind of how it's going to work.
No, she's shuffling the cards with your energy, individualized, your soul print. And that's the great thing. It's all connected.
I'm doing this because I want people to know that are actually watching this video or that are listening to the audio, that this is what we do and can do for you, the listeners, the audience on the show. What she is doing with me right now, we can do for you. If you want to know about your child, your husband, well, it doesn't tell him whether he's cheating or anything. I forget that part. But
Oh.
I don't think that's in the cards. But well, yeah, the cards will probably tell you, okay, well,
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Let's just say there's a lot of things that could be in the cards, whether I can read it or not, or will read it that or not that way. Who knows, right?
oh no, you can't be CNN here. This is no, 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 no.
So here we go. So we have judgment as the first card. So what I would say Diane's going through right now is a little bit of a reflection about her either service to humanity or her responsibility. And it's usually in this situation, because I'm looking at some other cards involved here, she might feel very responsible for a certain type of relationship in her life, someone really close to her, but someone that's really soul bonded. But there's this aspect of stepping into a little bit more responsibility or getting more messages as to what exactly she wants to do, explore, or just work with. She does have she's building this off of some conversations she's recently had, where she's been sharing ideas with either this person, specifically one person, or maybe she's been sharing these ideas with you. But there's this whole thing about, how do I really want to show up, and how do I really want to be a part? What's this next phase? There is a lot of clarity when judgment shows up, to hear the messages and to gain a level of understanding. Also, what's coming right now in our field is, I feel like someone's calling on her for advice, whether it's friend, family member, whatever. But I feel like she is now in a position of a counselor, where her emotional wisdom is she's really sharing this, she's really communicating this. It's with someone that is on a very strong soul level as well. And most likely this person doesn't live super close. You do have the Chariot here, which signifies travel. But there is what she's communicating is about something that has to do with a commitment. Okay. A commitment to yourself, or a commitment to a purpose, a commitment to a path, a way. I feel like that's where she's showing up as the counselor. And also, she has made a commitment to this person that is in her energy field, that she's been talking with. She's made a commitment, an internal commitment, to show up for this person and just be present with this person. But I will say that some of this is going to shift and change. Okay. I feel like this relationship, or this way that she's been, is shifting and changing. She doesn't want necessarily for it to always be the same that it's always been. There's a change that's coming around how she shares this information, how she shares herself, her soul wisdom, that counseling energy. There's a shift that she's going to work with. So it has a different look to it. And she might not be happy with the way it's been. Okay. I'm not really sure about that, to be honest with you. But I do think that coming up, she's going to shift the way that she delivers those messages, or how she embraces them or takes control of them and moves forward with them. Okay. Is that making any sense with what you know?
She's on the computer all day, and she has people that she talks to all day, and she counsels people all the time, especially when it comes to food, organics, some of the organic drugs and things that are out there. Yeah, okay. So you and her could be good friends. But I'm serious. I mean, that's the kind of thing she does. And she's got people that she talks about that she does counsel in a way. Actually gives them advice. To me,
Mhm.
it's called counseling. To her, it's advice.
Well, and the good thing is, I don't think Maggie was aware that that's what Diane was doing, being on the computer all day and helping. So the great thing is through the card third party, just through your energy field to her soul print, she's able to pick up this information in a pretty effective, accurate way. It's really, I love that, because that usually happens for people.
She might get some more messages as to how she wants to serve in a different way. It might take a different look. And so that's coming up in our energy field. It's not really solid yet, but it might take a different look of, maybe she decides to write this all in a book, or maybe she decides to get this message out in a different way. But something is shifting there. Okay. Maybe she decides to do it a little bit less or a little bit more, or I don't know, but there's a change in her everyday life that's coming, and she'll get very good, clear messages as to what she wants it to be and what she wants it to look like. She just has to stay committed to herself.
JK, what?
Yeah, she's actually from what I'm sensing about Diane, she's actually slowly integrating with the ether, which is a very powerful thing to do.
She's a very heavy lady, put it that way. I'm not talking pounds. Pounds, she's about 99 pounds.
No, we got she's like heavy from the 1960s.
Oh yeah, she's like, yeah, but she could, when you're talking, in empowering herself in that in the ethers, yeah, I mean, she's there.
Well, it's kind of rare when you can integrate with the ether, because that's a special place to exist. A lot of people really don't understand its existence, but I kind of do.
But she's the kind of person that says that her original existence, or in another, should I say, in another life, was in Atlantis. And she can actually sit down and tell you about it.
Yeah.
Book time.
It's not, but it's not in the, but it's not, the things that she says are not in the book.
No. It's time for her to write the book.
Right. Hey, yo.
It might be the change that's coming up for her is a different platform of how she wants to share.
And the communication.
Absolutely.
Just something to think about.
I'm going to plant a seed. I'm
still waiting for my book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, JK, I was told that I was going to write a book, and I could. And I could
write all kinds of books.
I mean, no, I'm talking about if I wrote a book, I can go back and I can remember from the time I was about 3 or 4, and I pretty clearly. So if I started there and came by year by year by year by year by year, I mean, either people would be on the floor laughing their brains out or crying. One of the two.
Both.
Or both.
That's going to be Encyclopedia Bobtania.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Yep, it could be. Because, I mean, let's face it. I mean, everybody's life has ups and downs. It's when you actually write about them and say to somebody, this was my life. How was yours? You'd be surprised at how many people that have had the same. Yeah.
Well, and when they can experience.
What, JK?
That's the same question I kind of allude to in my books. How is your life?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that, but it's something that a lot of writers don't say. They put something. It's like serving a meal. Here's the meal. You eat it or not. I don't say that. I say, here's the meat. Here's the meal. Would you like something else? It's like, it can be a la carte. I don't care.
And this is how I prepared it. You keep going.
Yep, exactly. So we shall see. But you know what? We have to do this again. I mean, I want to get into the meditation part. I really, really do.
Oh yeah, of course. Next show we'll do that.
Yeah, there could be something that I'm missing, or maybe I need a better education or something. I mean, I can do it, but mine is walking meditation. I mean,
same thing. Medication too. Exactly. Notice how. But look, you're presenting it this. No, when I walk, I get clear. Really? So now you're creating a self-fulfilling prophecy, because now you're saying it before it happens. My point is you're reinforcing a pattern of expectancy. When I walk, I get connected to the earth. I've got my beautiful child with me, and I just free flow. And so now you're disciplined. And I'm willing to bet if you think about yourself walking in that way, you'll be right in that frame of mind. All it is just tuning into that frequency.
The things that make you feel like what you do, or make your body work the way it does, or the way you feel about what you're going to do tomorrow, or what you do in the future, or what you feel like you're going to do in the future. It all depends upon how clear the clarification of yourself to yourself. So the meditation that I do, I just said it because you said it.
There goes the sound.
I mean, the worst medication that I take is the aspirin, for crying out loud. But I won't take anything else. I swear to God, if a doctor gives me something, it's sitting inside on a table somewhere. But the thing is that when I do mine in the morning, all I do is I think about whatever pops in my mind. whatever is important, whatever is the heaviest, and that goes in there. I come to a solution, then it's gone. And by the time I come back, I'm working a day from zero. There's nothing there. I'm not walking out the door and still pissed off about something 3 days ago. It's gone. It's all gone, period. The next day is a full next day. And I figure if I keep, and I've been doing this, getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning and doing that for at least 11, 12 years. Doing it. And it worked. But it really, really worked. I mean, things that I can think of that normal people, let's just put it that way, normal people don't think about. I can do 100 things all at the same time if I wanted to.
Right.
Because the brain works that way. It's clear. It knows passages to get these things done. A normal person is always worried about something. And nobody you talk about or talk to and that are the kind of people that turn around and say, well, I'm just having fun. But what's behind what they said? You know what I mean? You ever feel that? That's what I mean, a little intuitive kind of a thing. And then I said to one woman one time that was one of the morning talks that we did. I said to her, I said, I'm not going to call you a liar, but I said, you're a fibber. So she says to me, she says, well, what do you mean by that? I said, you just told me everything's great. Life is great. I said, it's the way you said it. I said, what else is going on? What are you worried about? I mean, did a dog go on the carpet or something, or what's going on? And in a private conversation, she told me that there was a lot of things that were going on, and I said, it's the voice, it's the way it came out. I haven't been a singer. I was a singer for 38 years. You don't think I know what a voice sounds like?
Yeah, just with that voice, it literally has vibrational patterns of information that swirl around it.
Bingo.
And you're picking that up going.
Yeah, you can feel it when they say it.
Yeah, exactly. Literally. And I've seen it.
Yep.
Yeah, I understand that. But that's also what will allow you to hear what they say and feel what they mean.
And she was so happy when she found out.
Beautiful.
She really, really was. And I was like, I came across or came away from that meeting feeling like, wow, that was good. I did something.
Beautiful. And you just had to be you. That's the power. Not only are we the messenger, we're the message. And what? We all can do this. Let's do it.
We got either during the week or whatever else, and now I'm going to speak to you because maybe we can put together something a little sooner than the 2 weeks.
Cool. Yep. I've got this coming weekend, which is my oldest son, Chad, and he is getting married. So I'm very honored. And yeah, it's going to be really cool. We're going away for the weekend.
Oh, Dad and son in the same year?
Yeah. Well, we got married. Yep. Just within a year. Yep. We got married last year and he's getting married this year. So it's beautiful. And using some of the people that we worked with, DJ and stuff. So it's cool.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was great. DJ is awesome. So he's like, oh, we got to have him. And it actually worked out. So it was perfect.
Huh. That's kind of wild.
And it's right. Love, finding ourselves within the relationship, not losing ourselves to it. Kind of like life. If we can find ourselves within life, we'll find that life within us.
I got somebody else on here. Patty, you said?
Yeah, Patty.
Hi, Patty.
Hey, how you doing, Maggie?
Awesome.
I had to call in today and ask for a reading.
Hi, Patty.
Hey, good to hear you.
Awesome.
Should I get off the phone? I'm not sure.
No, you're there's an echo in your connection, so don't worry about it. Just talk through it.
I shut off my my radio, my computer.
There you go.
Yes. Yeah, I've been listening to you guys. I'm so fascinated with what you're talking about. And I just wanted to know if I could get a reading.
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
Any target?
Well, let's see. I just got this dog that's a rescue dog, and I'm wondering if perhaps this dog, who's very protective of me, is a dog from my past, my youth.
I will just say, as a soul print, yes. Just a different vehicle.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. I was thinking
Yeah, you'll feel it too. To go, no, every quality is kind of like what we have. Every quality is amazing except one, which is he's so safety and protective for us. Nobody gets around. So you're like, good. And it's
That's
that
what's
kind
happening.
of, yeah.
And
And
I don't.
so,
I was going to say that when the dog with her with the dog, I'm getting when she comes home and that the dog goes all kinds of crazy that she's coming home.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
He loves me to death.
Yeah, mine sleeps. He just like picks his head up and goes, "Oh, you're home. Okay."
Yeah.
It's like
And he's right by me right now.
Yeah.
beautiful.
And again, with this type of relationship, the dogs really can open us up to loving and sharing love, really being able to blend and harmonize energy. He also, is it a he?
Yes.
Okay. He also is extremely sensitive to your energy and to the energy of your words. So when you're speaking, every word, every intonation, we were just talking about this, Bob being a singer, every word, he's super sensitive to that. So when you're speaking and you want him, maybe to calm down or to listen better or whatever, infuse those words, infuse that energy just with that love frequency. And what you're going to see is that he's going to start mirroring your energy patterns.
Okay.
So in other words, take a few minutes a day at least and see and feel him getting along with everybody. Casual, playful, loving, open. Because as you know, animals are very sensitive to how we feel, and you don't have to say anything. They feel your thought patterns. And that's why sometimes, if you don't say anything and you start getting freaked out, the dog's like, "You're getting freaked out. What's up? Who? Huh? He? And so they become very reactive. You've got a very good soul print connection, not only in this life, but in a past life. And what's really cool is I feel like in this earlier days, that beautiful child was like saved you in your own energy in a beautiful way. And then you now became, as we perceive it, the rescuer for him now in this life. Going, isn't it funny? It's all about balance and that unconditional love that we just accept them for who they are. That's it. That's all they have to be, is perfectly them. And yet it's unconditional.
Yeah.
And I feel like you've been also trying to train and work with some training techniques. Have you been doing that as well?
Yes.
Yeah, keep up with that. Keep up with that. And when you do that, just make sure your energy is not getting frustrated and it's just got a good vibe to it as well, because I feel like there's going to be some response to that.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh,
Nice.
there you go. That's pretty good though. One of these days now we'll do my dog.
Yeah. Funny, but isn't it interesting? Animals communicate, and animal communication is very real.
Jake is here. Jake is here all the time. I mean,
exactly.
Every time I was on the radio, Jake was under me. No matter where I was on, no matter what radio station I was on, he was under me until he passed. And now he's still there.
And now he's over you.
Yeah.
Oh!
And you're counting backwards.
You guys, I'm going to go back to listening, okay?
Awesome.
Well, this is actually the end of the show. You missed it by about 50 minutes.
And that was perfect timing. She made it. You were the last one, man. That was perfect. So thank you for calling in, Patty. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
But Patty,
got it.
Patty, what you do, okay, is you go to www.pyramid1network.com. On there, there's an address, and it goes to a blog address. That blog address will tell you who is on this show and when. You'll see the whole thing in that blog. So if you want to come back into this show and you go there once in a while to check it out, just go to www.pyramid1network.com. And in there is the telephone number and the addresses and all the rest of the stuff, and that'll run on there. But when you go into the blog is a link so that you get all the information, all the addresses, all the archive addresses. You get the whole 9 yards when you go there. Plus,
can I come into the show and talk to you without calling on my phone?
But psychically?
No, I love you. That's funny. Well, that too, but
yeah, come on over. I got another chair. Just a minute.
Okay, I'll be right there. I love it.
There you go.
Patty, please keep us posted along the way. Cool.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I will. I will let you guys know. You have a good one.
Definitely.
Take
All right.
care.
Thanks.
too.
You too.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye. See ya.
Great energy, man. That's beautiful. And look at the unconditional love. Doing it because you choose to, because you want to. And they allow it. That's the beauty. We just have to be us, completely accepted. Now, how can we do that for ourselves? Oh.
Oh, baby. No, honest to God, Ned, these kind of shows, Ned, are the ones that really start, having people smile and feel good about themselves, know who they are, turn around and say, I am, and mean it. Say, I love me. It's not a bad thing to say. You should love yourself. You are the number one. Everybody, God bless y'all. Bob Charles.